Thank you, Mr. Aratun. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I will be taking you through the activities which have been done by the RDCD during this year. We started this year with the ICSE and ISC regulations and syllabuses for the year 2022. The regulations and the syllabuses were finalized and sent to all schools in January, February. There is a change in the subject home science at the ICSE level for the examination year 2022, wherein the subject has been reviewed and modified. In addition, a new subject area called beauty and wellness has been introduced at the ICSE level from the examination year 2022. There are two subjects which are being offered under the area of beauty and wellness, and these subjects are skin and beauty and hairstyling. Both these subjects have been introduced under Group 3 of ICSE and carry a 50% component of internal assessment. The syllabus for these subjects has been developed in collaboration with the Beauty and Wellness Sector Skill Council of India. To give you an idea of the kind of areas which are covered under these subjects, these are the areas which are covered under the subject skin and beauty. And some of the areas covered under the subject hairstyling. At the ISC level for the examination year 2022, changes were made in two subjects. The first was home science and the second was Hindustani music. In both these subjects, the syllabi have been reviewed and modified. In addition, project work was introduced in English, second languages and mathematics for the ISC examination year 2022. As we all know, the country went into a state of lockdown in March. Schools all across the country had to shut down. Teaching learning as we know it changed drastically, and in a very short period of time, schools had to adapt to the changed scenario and ensure that despite the lockdown, teaching learning continues. Various modes were adopted, online, offline, or blended modes, but it was not easy. In view of the difficulty being faced by schools in conducting classes and the significant loss of instructional hours, the Council undertook a number of measures post-lockdown. One of the first measures that the Council undertook was to start classes on television. These classes were started both at the ICSE and ISC levels and also for the primary and the upper primary levels. The second initiative undertaken by the Council was to reduce the syllabus right from class 1 to class 12. The Council also undertook a survey on the status of teaching and the status of syllabus covered in its affiliated schools. Another measure undertaken by the Council during the lockdown period was to start virtual learning classes on YouTube. A decision was also taken by the Council to introduce project work at the ICSE level, at the ISC level in some selected subjects. I will be talking about each of these measures in a little more detail. Soon after the lockdown, in the months of March and April, the Council started with the lockdown classes on ABP Ananda channel. These classes were conducted both at the ICSE and ISC levels and covered major subjects like the sciences, the English, and the mathematics. The 5 programs that were aired for the ICSE level are listed over here on the screen, as you can see. And there were 5 programs which were aired for the ISC level. In addition to conducting programs at the ICSE and ISC levels, the Council, along with the ASISC West Bengal and Northeast, organized television programs for English and mathematics for children from classes 3 to 8. These programs were telecast on the News 18 Bangla channel over 2 successive weekends in April. A total of 8 programs were telecast. These are the details of the programs which were telecast on the News 18 channel for classes 3 to 8. As you can see, there were programs for mathematics and English, both at the primary and upper primary levels. The purpose of these programs, which were telecast for the primary and upper primary levels, was to introduce core concepts in English and mathematics in a fun way, in an activity-based manner. And so that children are able to relate what they are learning while they are sitting at home to the real life experiences. And some of the areas that we covered for English at the primary and upper primary level are given over here. And these are some of the areas that were covered for mathematics at the primary and upper primary level. As the pandemic continued and we went into the month of June and July, we realized that the schools were facing problems in conducting classes. So the council took another decision, and that was of reducing the syllabus for classes 9, 10, 11, and 12. The reduced syllabus was made available on the council's website. Syllabus was also reduced for classes 6 to 8, and it was brought out in the form of 3 separate booklets and also made available on the council's website. After the results were declared in July, we started preparing for the coming year. And in order to plan and prepare for the coming year, we needed to have an understanding of the extent to which schools are able to conduct classes in their schools and the extent to which syllabus has been covered. In order to understand this, a questionnaire was designed and which was sent online to schools. Analysis of data from this survey, which was conducted in July, helped the council to understand 2 things. The first was the extent and the efficacy of online, offline, or blended classes being conducted by its schools, and the issues and concerns faced by the schools in teaching, assessment, and evaluation. The survey also highlighted success stories and innovative measures being adopted by some of its schools, which was very heartening. The analysis of the data from this survey helped the council in taking a number of decisions. And the first of these decisions was to make a further reduction in the syllabus. We consulted with the subject experts who felt that the syllabus must be reduced in some more subjects, not all, but some of the subjects. And accordingly, the syllabus was further reduced for classes 10 and 12 for the academic year 2020-2021. And this syllabus, as you can see over here, was also made available on the council's website. Now, if you have visited this website and seen the syllabus, you will find that the syllabi under the further reduced syllabus are categorized under 3 headings. The first heading is that of further reduced syllabus. And if I take the example of ICSE, you will see that for ICSE, under the further reduced syllabus, there are 13 syllabi listed. These are the subjects for which further reduction was done in the month of September. The next category in the ICSE syllabus under the further reduced syllabus is that of subjects which were reduced in July, but which were not further reduced in September. And there's a third category which is of subjects in which no further reduction was made, either in July or in September. Similarly, at the ISC level, there were 10 subjects in which further reduction was made, and you can see the list of subjects over here. There were 29 subjects in which reduction had been made in July, but no further reduction was made in September. And this is the list of subjects at the ISC level in which no reduction was made in the syllabus. Another decision that was taken by the council based on the findings of the survey that we had conducted was that to start the council's virtual learning series. These lessons, which are titled CISCE Virtual Learning Series, are conducted by subject experts for all major subjects at the ICSE and ISC levels. The inaugural session of the CISCE Virtual Learning Series was launched on Wednesday, 9 September 2020. The lessons which are live streamed on the council's virtual learning series are conducted by subject experts and are followed by interactive question answer sessions. The questions which are not addressed during the session are addressed later by the resource persons, and the answers to these are put up on the council's website on the notice board. Assignments are given at the end of every lesson, and these may be used for practice by the students or for grading students by the schools. Videos of all live lessons are made available on the council's website for later viewing. Till now, we have conducted 16 ICSC and 13 ISC sessions on the council's YouTube channel. This is the list of the 16 ICSE programs which have been live streamed. The 13 ISC programs which have been live streamed. Another decision that was taken was to introduce a component of project work of 20 marks at the ISC. As I was mentioning, the research division also prepared the ICSE and ISC analysis of pupil performance documents for the examination year 2020. This analysis was done for 7 subjects at the ICSE level and 12 subjects at the ISC level for which the written examination was conducted. And this again is available on the council's website under publications. Another initiative that the council is participating in is the Nishtha courses, which are offered by the NCERT through the Diksha platform. The National Initiative for School Heads and Teachers Holistic Advancement, that is Nishtha, is an integrated teacher training program under the centrally sponsored scheme of Samagra Shiksha. It aims to build competency among all teachers and school principals at the elementary stage. The basic objective of this massive training program is to motivate and equip teachers to encourage and foster critical thinking in students. The Nishtha integrated training programs cover all recommended areas of the National Education Policy 2020 and aim at holistic development of teachers. This initiative is the first of its kind, wherein standardized training modules are developed at national level for all states and union territories. The program was launched on the 21st of August 2019 by the Honorable Minister of Education in a face-to-face mode. Later, in view of the COVID-19 pandemic situation, Nishtha has now been customized to be made available in an online mode through the Diksha platform of the NCERT for providing training to all elementary school teachers from classes 1 to 8. These courses on the Diksha platform have also been made available for autonomous organizations under the aegis of the Ministry of Education, including the Council for Indian School Certificate Examinations. The Council has already started these Nishtha courses, and the first batch of Nishtha courses for the Council, comprising 3 modules, was launched on the 23rd of November. A total of 18 programs are to be covered in 3 months, starting from the 23rd of November. Each batch of Nishtha courses will be available for 15 days, starting on day 1 and ending on day 15. Each course requires a maximum of 3 to 4 hours of engagement by the learners, with flexibility to complete the course in a self-paced manner, meaning that the teachers need not attend these courses during the school hours. They can do it at any time of the day, late at night, early morning, and also they need not attend the entire course at one go. They can complete a part of the course one day, spend an hour on it, and one day, half an hour on it another day, and complete it at their own pace. Each course includes resources like videos, learning materials, reflective and practice activities, self-assessment, quiz, etc. On completion of the course, the teachers will get a completion certificate for that module within 7 to 15 days of completion of it. A final overall assessment will be conducted for these Nishta courses once all the 18 courses are over. And for council, it should ideally happen in the last week of February based on the decision of the NCERT. On the screen, you can see the schedule of Nishta courses for the council. As I said, we started on the 23rd of November and we finish on the 15th of February. And in the last week of February, and the last 2 weeks of February will be the assessment. I would like to add that we have been informing schools on a regular basis regarding these Nishta programs. Every fortnight since these programs started, we've been sending letters to the schools with reminders every week. You're requested to ask all teachers from your school from classes 1 to 8 to attend these programs. And I would like to re-emphasize that these programs are meant for all teachers of all subjects, which means that even a mathematics teacher needs to attend the program on languages, or a language teacher would also need to attend a program on art integration. So all teachers of all subjects need to attend all the 18 programs. The Research, Development and Consultancy Division aims to extend the operations of the Council beyond the conduct of examinations to wider frontiers of education and development, so as to help realize the Council's commitment